This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh my goodness. Cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
How are you, girl?
I'm good. I see you did make yourself a drink.
I
Good for
made myself
you.
a cocktail. Look, October is not over.
That's how the poem starts.
Yeah, exactly. The Edgar Allan poem. No, I was doing Sober October, but I started a little early, and then I was working on something, and it finally ended.
Yeah.
So then I was like, you know what? So did my Sober October.
There you go. Time is
cutting
an
it off.
illusion. You create your own boundaries.
Right? And I gave myself... listen to me rational.
I'm like, you know that this was only a thing you made for yourself.
Self-imposed.
Yeah, that everyone is cheering for you no matter what makes you happy.
Thank you. So I had a little break from the boozy, and I've been eating healthy and trying to get good sleep. No
for you.
exercise. None.
No, I haven't. I played a little Beat Saber before I came over here today, which you might see in my forehead. I had to let it cool down because the VR mask gives me a giant stripe across my forehead. Yeah, you gotta play it with time to let your forehead like deflate, basically.
Are people gonna get like VR acne?
Ooh, I mean, if people are getting mask acne, I can see that being a thing, you know?
I didn't know if you were still on the Beat Saber tip.
I pulled it out the other day and played it a little bit because I also haven't been exercising. And so it feels like a quick way to get in a little just arm swipey cardio.
Yeah, no, I ain't done shit. But also, I will give myself credit. I tried to do some crunches.
Nice.
That's impossible with a small dog in your home.
Oh, yeah. They think that you're playing with them on the ground.
She thinks she absolutely is safe. Like, she comes over and tries to give me CPR.
Yeah, I mean, think about it from their perspective. 99% of the time you are upright on two legs and then you look like a Life Alert commercial.
100%.
What are they to do?
Oh, my goodness. Have you had a good week?
I have. We did a dumpster weekend. Where,
you guys, I mean,
I know
that's
seems like
part
I do
of the
this.
drinking game.
Yeah.
Every time you freaking rent a dumpster.
Look.
Not a euphemism.
I looked it up and I'd rented one last summer. So it's been a year.
You're the only person I know who rents, who has an annual dumpster delivered to their house.
Yeah. And the craziest thing is that the guy that dropped off the dumpster remembered me from last time because he said within 30 seconds of dropping off the dumpster and me giving him my credit card for payment, he goes, I remember you. My son found a YouTube jacket in your dumpster last year. He's 11. He still wears it today.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, there's so much to unpack. One.
Okay, literally.
There was a YouTube jacket in the dumpster.
Which one are we talking about?
I think it was those
the Letterman
giant
jacket?
ones, that they gave us as like a YouTube rewind.
I didn't
gift.
even take it. I think I left it.
I guess I took it and I guess I put it in the dumpster last year. So it was a sweet thing to say, but then also an immediate indication that he goes through the dumpster, whatever's in there.
That is true.
I know. That's the part. I went inside to tell Elliot thinking it's sweet. He's like, wait, so he just like goes through everything in there then? I was like, yeah, I guess.
Okay, two things.
Uh-huh.
One, was it a YouTube gifted jacket that has your name on it? So
No.
is he rocking like your channel's name?
No, thank God. I don't think so. No, I think it was generic Letterman ones that they gave out as like a Christmas gift or something.
Okay. Well, second thing.
Yeah. It's a nice jacket, so I'm glad actually he's using it.
Someone's getting some use out of it. If my dad had, I'm assuming this is a private company. This isn't like county trash.
No. It's
If
their
my
own
dad
thing.
had a private dumpster company and was like, hey, I'm hitting up some white lady who's getting rid of some nice shit just because she bought it and didn't think it through. Yeah. There's a dumpster full of like barely a year-old goodness in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be going in there like Scrooge McDuck.
That's what I think about. I think about the opening credits of him diving through all of the gold coins.
Or like there's definitely been some drag race challenges where they're like, get in the dumpster and get fabric.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we did, which is great. And it was funny because it just added a layer of me imagining what an 11-year-old would do.
Did you
when
put
they
any
stumble
Easter
upon
eggs in there for him?
No, but I did like throw out like a lot of old socks and underwear and like tried to make it like very obvious. Like, this is not a bag for children to go through, even if they're looking for Letterman jackets.
It ain't a bag of puppets.
No.
I recently went through my sock and underwear drawer too.
Wow, something's in the air.
It was terrifying.
Yeah,
Who am I?
Like, I gave myself permission to shame myself because I was like, this is just a bunch of tattered cloths in here.
Wait, are we talking panties or socks?
Yeah, panties. Just old underwear. It's just like, wow. Like, I knew that my bar was low. Yes. But it's like, it's on the ground somewhere needing help.
I'm surprised I have someone to have sex with me. I know. Based on my underwear. It's so all over. I won't even get started on bras. Like, truly, I'm rocking a bra right now.
Yeah.
That's falling apart, and I painted in it years ago. There's a splash of paint on it. Like, it truly looks like my bra drawer is haunted.
Yeah, no, and mine looks like, what is she holding on to?
Because did she lose her virginity in that gross bra?
Or like, is she 12 or 72? I'm having a hard time deciding. Yes. There are some cartoonish looking sports bras, and then there are some tattered old lace things that are no good because the straps have been ripped off through a dryer system.
We really gotta step it up.
Yeah.
Also, am I ever going to be a person whose bra and panties match? No. Or is that a myth?
That's do you want to be that person?
I don't know, because when we're talking about the whole socks of it all, I recently got a couple fun pair of socks.
Oh, look at you go.
I went to a goddamn sock store in Silver Lake.
Wow, okay.
They got a whole sock store and prime real estate. I'm like, how many socks do y'all actually sell?
Yeah. Well, because
they were nice, pricey socks.
Yeah, that's that is such a stupid Silver Lake idea.
Dumb as shit. But so I was getting it, and I remembered when I was a freshman in high school, I think I stopped doing it sophomore year when I had a taste of alcohol and was like, screw it. But my freshman year, I was really, really preppy. Like, I was all Abercrombie and Fitch and Gap and even Banana Republic. Like, I was 85 years old.
Wow. But that's also you must have been a little rich.
No, I was a kleptomaniac.
That's right. That's what I call clever rich.
No, my high school boyfriend had money and I had very sticky fingers. No, but so I was very preppy, and I had my whole freshman year, I remember, and I'm talking it was 1999, so it'd be a tank top with a matching cardigan.
Yeah. Like sewn in on the shoulders so you couldn't get them apart from each other.
I did have one of those, but really it was just a whole vibe. And I would match my socks to whatever I was wearing. And it didn't matter if anyone could see them, because I wasn't rocking no high water jeans.
It was for you.
It was for me. And I knew it. And it just gave me a little happiness. And so then I was like, in a world where it's tough to find tiny pieces of joy, should I start, winter is coming. Yeah. Should I start being like, you know what? This is a little thing for me. Yeah. I got some cute socks on that definitely match this shirt.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think live a little.
Right?
But in that same regard, are there going to be the matching mask and underwear situation?
Oh, because the idea of someone just in panties and a mask is very sexy. I'm just saying, that is pretty hot.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to have a little secret surprise for yourself, do you walk around with a mask and then only you know that what's underneath your clothes also matches?
But how are you going to have a crotchless mask?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question.
Edible mask.
And if you go around with no mask on, then
that's
you just
true.
Go,
then you're just freeballing.
It matches.
Most of the time I am. But then what is too far? What if we did mask that matches your bra, that matches your panties, that matches your socks? They could sell a set.
At that point, I think we start to worry about the person.
Okay.
At that point, we check in, we send a little text or a little DM that says, how you doing?
However, I did hear something the other day where it was how often should you wash your masks?
Yeah.
And someone was like you would your panties.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Don't rock that shit and breathe in and out for a week.
Oh, 100%. My mask, because I wear makeup, it immediately looks gross on the inside.
Oh, it looks like Tammy Faye Baker was strangled.
Yeah, it looks like I was trying to wipe off the Simpsons makeup from my face. But did you see in that line about masks that Hormel is making?
Wait, as in the meat company? Meat masks?
They're making bacon masks.
No.
Bacon
I hate it, but
masks.
I need you to. Okay, it's scented.
Yeah, so they're doing. Hormel has a bacon scented mask that they say uses, quote, pork scented technology. It's breathable bacon.
I think this is very stupid.
Well, okay, so this is my question to you. As someone that likes scratch and sniff stickers.
I do. I adore them.
Right. So this is too far. I just need to know where your allegiances
Here's
are.
the deal, is that even if it's a great scent, that's too much scent. For example.
Yes.
When I was in North Carolina, I got some of the little trees, the little air fresheners.
Yes.
I got like new car scent.
Okay.
And I put them in my like middle dash, like, you know, little storage thing. Forgetting that I had like 3 masks in there, right?
Oh.
And I got to like the grocery store, and I had to put on one of the masks, and it smelled like new car scent, but like so intensely that by the time I rounded produce, I had a headache.
Yeah, that's too much.
You don't want to like huff a scent all the time. You're not like going and just like,
no.
You wouldn't want to smell a perfume sample all the time. I don't want to smell bacon all the time. That's crazy.
And the thing about the smell of bacon is that it like wafts, you know, that it like it flirts with your nose and then it gets away from you. I don't want to feel like I'm being chloroformed with bacon all day long.
Totally.
Also, I want to know what the longevity is of that scent, because like that, I feel like if it starts to lose its luster, it's just going to smell like a fart in your face all day long. It's like, I got sharks. I don't think any of you should take this deal about this bacon mask.
Well, here's the deal. Does it go away like once you've washed it once?
Right.
Do they provide a spray in which you give? Because you could very easily in your mask, if you wanted something nice. People love essential oils. I think it's a fucking racket.
It is a scam.
But people love essential oils.
Yeah.
You could just do a little dippity dabs in your mask.
Yeah, or get the Downy spray that I used to use all the time for my clothes before I left the house, just to be like, I don't know what
to de-stink.
Yeah. Well, just to like, you know, it's like wearing a panty liner for added protection.
Okay.
When you leave the house, that you're like, I am so used to my own smell. I think I'm okay, but what if I'm not? Let me get some Downy wrinkle release and just spray this real quick.
Okay, I was going to say regular wrinkle release, because wrinkle release was my jam. Yeah. I would like, if I was going to go out, I don't iron shit.
No.
Hell
Who's
no.
got time?
You hang it in your shower.
You steam it.
You give it some Downy rinks. You give the cuffs, you give the boot cut a little tug.
Tug.
And you hope that shit releases. Sometimes from the shower, I'd give it a little splash.
Oh, wow.
Just to add.
When
a little Jackson Pollock.
The artistry around the hygiene is really on point.
Wow. I am not a fan of the bacon mask. No. If you did have to have
a scented mask.
Yeah, but let's say they really nailed the scent.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the gross, you know, Dollar Tree version of it. It was like, oh, this fucking smells like it.
Yeah.
Like how sometimes perfumes, there's like lines of perfumes where it's like a specific thing instead of a blend. And you're like, holy fuck, that does smell like a tomato vine.
Yeah, that's your favorite. Yeah. I mean, tomato vines I could see being pleasant in a mask. Like that's subtle enough.
Tomato vine, a honeysuckle.
Yeah. See, there you go. Hormel, I mean, I appreciate your effort.
Hormel is an interesting word just in general. Like it sounds like a horny, like if you had an old man named Mel who was always horny, you'd be like, oh, Hormel.
Yeah, well, okay, let me ask you this. I saw
I've had 2 sips of tequila, by the way. I haven't been having cocktails. I'm over here.
Here's how I fake iron my clothes.
Lights up, empty stage. Hormel enters stage right. Wearing 1 tap shoe. He's got a lot to explain.
Let's talk about stress, anxiety, chronic pain, trouble sleeping. Do you have any of that at least once a week? Guess what? You're not alone. Many of us do. I personally experience much stress, anxiety, and trouble sleeping more than once a week. And that's why I'm very excited to talk to you about Feals, Feals. Feals is premium CBD delivered directly to your doorstep. It naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. I've used this before, and it really is just, for me, a very natural relaxer. All you do is you place a few drops of Feals under your tongue, and you feel the difference within minutes. But the thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is super important because everyone's dose is different. So leave some room for yourself to experiment over the course of a week or so. You may need more time or less time just to figure out how it affects your body and what you're exactly, in the mood for. If you're new to CBD, Feals offers a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience. And Feals works naturally to help you feel better. So there's no high, there's no hangover, and there's no addiction. And you can join the Feals community to get Feals delivered to your door every month. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel at any time. Feals will have you feeling the best every day, and it can help anyone. So become a member today by going to feals.com/TMGW to get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's FEALS.com/TMGW to become a member and get 50% off, automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Again, feals.com/TMGW.
I cannot begin to tell you how lovely it is to have some of my best friends in my neighborhood. One of my best friends is this little Italian restaurant up the street. They've got an amazing martini, and the cacio e pepe is insane. Another one of my best friends is this French place. I love their kale salad. I love their artichokes. I love their lemon drop martinis. That's right, my friends are my buddies in this neighborhood who make me food, and they are going through a hard time during everything in this universe. So while they've been there for me, I want to be there for them, and that is why I use DoorDash to order food from my favorite spots. DoorDash is the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door, and it's super easy. You open the app, you choose what you want to eat. Your food will be safely left outside your door with the new contactless delivery drop-off setting. There's over 300,000 partners in US, Puerto Rico, Canada, Australia, all that jazz. You can get all your little local favorites like I do, or frig it, go chain restaurant, get your Cheesecake Factory lettuce wraps, get your Chipotle rice bowl, whatever you want. There's local favorites and all the big go-tos. Just open DoorDash, select your favorite local restaurant, and food will be left at your door. And right now, our listeners can get $5 off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code TMGW. That's $5 off and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code TMGW. Don't forget, that's code TMGW for $5 off your first order with DoorDash. I honestly used my own code last week. Get in there.
I saw a license plate frame. What are they called? The plastic things that go around the license plate. Mm-hmm. And it said "sexy grandpa" on it.
Hate it.
Right? Okay. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. As the person that this is for, meaning the person driving behind you, this is for them to get entertainment out of. But I'm not.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But also, when they have writing on the little edge, like when you see a license plate.
Yeah.
If it says something funny, you're like, oh, great job.
Yeah. I
would never have sex with you, but great job.
Yeah. You've made it very clear the kind of person you are, and I appreciate it.
Today, I parked in front of a house.
Yeah.
And in front of me, it said Cashman, but with a K. Okay. Cashman. And then I looked in the driveway, and there was another car, and it said Cashola. And I was like, these people, their last name starts with K, or their last name is Cash, and they are not scared to look cocky.
No, they've branded themselves.
2 license plates. Wow. But anyway, but the little ridge around it, I feel like that's fine enough print. You're just begging for a rear ending.
Yeah, and maybe sexy grandpa is.
Maybe he wants to get rear-ended.
Yeah, he's clearly out to make some kind of friends.
That could also be a truck nut situation like Chip pulled, and they're pranking Grandpa.
Yeah.
By putting that on there because he's been a widow for years, and they want Grandpa to meet someone. And one day he's going to get a honk from a hottie.
He will. He truly will. I saw this other license plate that you could tell from a distance that it was personalized. You're like, that spells something. And I got up close, and it spelled, I tried to. Number 2.
What?
I know. I had so many questions.
Was tried spelled correctly?
ITRIED number 2. I was like, this is kind of haunting.
Because it wouldn't. What if it was like it Reed?
Yeah.
Like, what if his name was Reed?
Yeah. I mean,
it Reed, y'all. Not I tried. But that is kind of.
I tried to, meaning like I tried to, like also,
like as well,
or like I tried to what? What did you try to do?
You should have pulled up and asked.
I did. I mean, that's the kind of thing that could go in so many different directions.
Right.
And it was such a specific license plate that I was like, something's real creepy.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
Oh, they're always, if it's not on the license plate, it's a dildo out the sunroof of a Fiat.
Right? I know. People are having fun on the road.
I'm having fun. I got a new car.
I know. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks. It's my first time with leather interior.
Wow.
And you know how I said I got that new car scent before?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever had like a true new car smell in a car.
Wow. The origin of the new car
Like
scent.
the legit from the source,
Yeah.
purest, not a bacon mask.
No.
This would be the bacon. You know what I mean? And because even like with my Fiat before, it was, what is it? Cloth material. So you don't get that. I am terrified I'm going to lose it.
The new car scent?
I'm in there huffing. I'm like, make sure you have good breath. I'm like,
get it all in.
you know, you got your coffee and you drink it and then I like reclose the tab.
Yeah.
I want to say, and of course, like Chip loves cars so much that he's like, don't be eating in there. You're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. So he's got like the fear of God in me.
Wow.
And I'm just like, I must maintain this new car smell.
Yeah, I guess I've never thought about the idea that it really
fades.
doesn't, like a car, it depreciates over time.
I mean, yeah, if I went right now and got Del Taco,
yeah, wow.
it would change the whole chemistry.
That's like, the drunk girl that comes into the nice party and just slams all the dishes around and makes a mess.
Truly, I've been doing like my coffee and stuff in there. But the other day, I drove up to Fresno to see Chip. It's like a 3.5 hour drive, and I was leaving in the morning, and I was like, oh man, I really want some Starbucks egg white bites. I really want them. And then I was like, what if I keep them out of the, if I hold my arm outside of the car.
Like you're making a turn without a turn signal.
As they cool off. And then I'll pull off. I'll get out of the car without bringing them in. Like I am.
Wow.
I love this new car smell. It's a drug.
But that's... And, that's why they make the imitation.
But like a child, it's eventually going to grow up and it's not going to be as cool.
Wow. But you really have to appreciate it now as is.
Yeah. Appreciate before it depreciates.
There you go.
Oh my God. But speaking of egg white bites, eggs in general.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. What else about eggs?
Well, first of all, I'm getting better at poached eggs. That's just a blanketed statement.
Yeah. Oh, someone
I'm getting more confident.
did say that we forgot deviled eggs last week.
Oh my God.
I know. That was
I
my
feel like a
reaction.
fool.
I know. I felt horrible. And I was like, we did overlook that, and I apologize to the deviled egg community.
Oh my God. How are we not canceled?
I know. We walked a fine line.
I mean, you got to praise the poach and you got to praise the Satanists. We need the
know.
deviled eggs. Wow. Okay. That's a whole other.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. We'll get there. But what I wanted to talk to you today about is grapes.
Grapes. What about them?
Well, a little story here.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw my Instagram story yesterday. I was wilding out.
I saw bits and pieces. I felt like I was watching, like Mamrie's day off. Here she goes.
Well, because I hadn't been Instagram storying much because I'd been on
It was
set.
great. It was a full story. It was a narrative. There were cutaways. I loved all of it.
There were cutaways.
Yeah. I was like, this is thought
Sometimes
out.
you're like, come on, come ride with me.
Yeah.
Why don't you sit shoddy in my new car smell? Don't you dare eat anything.
No way.
Don't you pull out a snack or a Hormel
Mask.
sausage. So I was having a day. I drove up to Fresno where Chip has been for 2 months. God bless him. Sorry, listeners, Fresno sucks.
Oh.
There's not a lot happening. And that might just be from the naked eye of not living there. Every city has cool stuff. There aren't boring places, just boring people.
Yeah.
But so on the way up there, I was like, well, I'm going to make a day of it on the way home. So I'm going to start clocking some stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So only about 10 minutes from there, I see it wasn't a water tower. It was some kind of statue. And it said, Selma, the raisin capital of the world.
Wow. Of the world.
Of
Not
the
just
world.
the U.S. The world.
Of the world.
So even like France included.
Yes, bitch.
Which I guess is part of the world.
And this opens it up to a bigger conversation.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm hitting that on my way back because, of course, I Googled it. World's largest box of raisins.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
At the Sun-Made factory.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, this has been building up in you. You haven't been able to have as many adventures this year.
I know. So like, you give me one roadside attraction and I'm like, it's crack.
You start with world's biggest and you're there.
Oh,
You're parked
forget
out
it.
front
I'm
waiting.
running.
Yeah.
I'm the world's biggest fan. Yeah. But we had just talked about raisins.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was last week or the week before about how there was an inchworm in my box of raisins when I was little and how they were trying to do the whole like give
Halloween.
out spooky glow in the dark raisin bags. So anyway, I was like, well, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Right?
Confront your fears.
I went. There was supposed to be like a whole gift shop. It was supposed to be great. You were supposed to be able to like get a bunch of different types of covered raisins. It was closed. It was full Wally World like vacation.
Yeah.
But they did have the world's biggest thing of raisins. And so what's so funny is I'm going out there. I'm walking into the yard to take the picture. It's squishy. It rained or the sprinkler. So I'm like sinking in. There's two men who work at the factory who are just behind the raisin, clearly gossiping and having a cigarette. And I'm like, surely one of these men will offer to take my photo.
Yeah, if I struggle a little bit.
No.
Really?
I had to take my coffee cup, some rocks, fashion like a way for it to go, then had to 10-second self-timer and run back and forth to the box of raisins.
This is like how the cavemen used to do influencing.
Right? Wow. They would have to like draw a little, then look at their reflection in the pond, then go back and draw on the cave wall. So they didn't help with the shit.
Wow.
But anyway, I got my pick in front of it, and then it just got me thinking.
Mm-hmm.
As you're driving out to the factory, and there's like rows and rows and vines and vines and vines. Like, at what point would you grow a fuckload of grapes and be like, yeah, let's do raisins instead of wine?
I know. Well, that's what I was going to ask. There's no sign of wine anywhere.
No.
It's only raisins for raisins.
I'm assuming raisins for grapes and like for just regular eating grapes.
Yeah.
And like growing vines of grapes, knowing good and well you're just making raisins because it's the raisin capital of the world. It's not the grape capital of the world. It's the raisin capital of the world.
And how do you make raisins? You just let grapes sit out in the sun until they raisin?
A dehydrator? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a process, but I just was like, if I was a grape
Yeah.
and I was like growing on my little cluster,
Right.
and then I found out that I was just going to be used as a raisin instead of a fresh grape or to go into like a gorgeous Cabernet.
Yeah.
Like, what a loser.
Yeah. What a ripoff. What a ripoff. Yeah. I mean,
what a wasted life.
That is very sad to think about for the world's largest raisin. There's a dark cloud comes over the world's largest raisin factory now because all they were potential wine.
They were potential wine, but also if I was a little grape and I was like, yeah, guys, can't wait to be crushed and fermented. And they were like, dog, we're raisins. I'd be like, we gotta fucking get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. They're just gonna let us keep growing until we get wrinkled.
And then they're gonna watch us slowly die.
Yeah. I mean,
I got depressed.
Grapes are a very curious situation all the way around. I mean, when you turn them into raisins, I've never really thought about the process of it, but yeah, you just go, let these ones keep going.
Yeah.
I guess.
Exactly. But then I was delighted because I have found one of my new favorites treats.
What?
Sorry, I know this is not a food podcast.
No,
but,
it's okay. It's we're also not an animal podcast, but that's 90% of
That's
what
true.
we talk
That's
about.
true. Have you ever had a cotton candy grape?
You've talked about these before. I feel like you've said that they taste like cotton candy, but then you freeze them.
I already said this on this podcast.
I believe this is the only reason I know about it because I've never had one
Well,
before.
it's been a lot of grape talk. You're going to try one later. They're incredible.
How do you make those?
Well, I researched it, and it's just like some scientist kept combining different strands of grapes until it tasted like cotton candy. And I was like, well, that's got to be like the cool new bad boy of grapes. Like when you're like, we're a raisin grape, we're dorks, and be like, oh my God, cotton candy grape is here, cotton candy grape. Like the new kid in school.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the scientist was like the bad boy of science.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
like one of these strands get more sugary. Is cotton candy the only flavor that they've developed on top of a grape?
Yeah, they have something called moon drops, but they just look like long titties.
That sounds like a Goop product.
Okay, there is my grape rant.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, it's, stuff to think about.
Thank you.
Why is everyone so upset with Emily in Paris? Have you watched this?
I have not. Listen, I had a whole night planned. I was going to, like one of the other people in my pod.
Yeah.
As in pod of people, not podcast.
I was like, who else are you podcasting with?
Is my friend Jacqueline. And we had a whole night. We were going to watch it. And I was like, we're going to do wine.
Oh, yeah.
I got brie to bake. I got artichokes to roast.
Whoa.
And then she had to cancel.
Oh.
So I haven't watched it yet.
I just see everyone going off about it being the worst thing that they've ever seen, and I didn't know if it deserved all the hate. But
I don't know. But I've also I saw someone say today, they were like, 2 minutes into this, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Immediately watches the whole show without even getting up.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a guilty pleasure. I did see that the actress Lily Collins on her social media or in an interview or something, when asked about the age, she was like 22-ish, like Emily.
Oh, yeah.
And then they were like, no, she has a master's degree, she has a great job, like, and Lily Collins herself is like in her 30s.
Yeah, because the premise, I think I saw something that it's like she goes to Paris and becomes an influencer.
Is that what it is?
Something like that she takes like photos and then becomes an influencer. So I
hate it. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, that it's got the possibility for major cringe, and that's why I need to experience it, I think.
But cringing is ab work.
It's true. It's very true. We're all craving that Friday feeling when the final Zoom call has been hung up and you can let your hair down, take the pants off, and really just relax. Well, now you don't have to wait for that feeling to kick in once a week, because with award-winning wine from Firstleaf, any day can feel like Friday. Firstleaf is a wine club that sends you personalized selections of wine from top vineyards around the world directly to you, because the only thing better than one great bottle of wine is a case of award-winning wine that shows up at your doorstep. Every bottle is handpicked by experts with your exact preferences and palate in mind for a unique combination of wine that you are guaranteed to love. Unlike other wine clubs, Firstleaf uses an algorithm and your feedback to curate future wine recommendations. I signed up for it. I took a very simple quiz that asked me about just my basic palate preferences, tastes I like, types of wine I knew I already liked, and they curated a very cool box for me. I got all white wines. I was getting Linguistic Estates Envy Rosé. Ooh, that's not a white wine, but you get it. Rakes Point Merrier 2019 Sauvignon Blanc. I got a Borealia 2018 White Blend California. See, I don't even know what these are, but based on my taste preferences, they were able to pick out the perfect wine for me. Also, subscriptions are flexible and shipments arrive on your schedule with practically zero effort. This showed up at my door when I was home. It was, ideal. And Firstleaf is much more affordable in a way to enjoy wine from top winemakers and vineyards. You'll always get award-winning wine for an unbeatable low price. What are you waiting for? Get that Friday feeling like I do any day with Firstleaf. Join today and you'll get 6 bottles of wine for $29.95, or double the fun with 12 bottles for $59.95. I feel like I'm running an infomercial right now. I'm very excited about this deal for you. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW. That's 6 bottles of wine for $29.95 or 12 bottles for $59.95. You're not going to believe it. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW.
Okay, but speaking of cringe,
Go for it.
oh my god, I got a couple celeb stories we
Oh,
gotta talk
please.
about. Tiffany Trump at the Pride.
Pride.
Is she Vanessa Bayer doing Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, I saw Tyler call her Sniffany Bump. I was like, pretty good. Yeah, I saw him.
Hi guys,
Tiffany
Trump.
I'm a big advocate for the LGBTQIA plus community.
Plus.
It's a lot.
Did you see when her mom, Marla Maples, who was the other woman in Ivanka stuff, she's like, my mom's here. She had to come. And so Marla Maples, I think that's her name, stands up. And you know, who Donald was having an affair with pretty openly with Ivanka when he was married to Ivanka. Oh no, what's her name? Yeah. Ivanka's the daughter, right?
Ivania. So they're all like word scrambles.
They're Cash Money Cashola.
Yeah, they are.
You know which one?
Ivana Trump.
Ivana.
Yeah.
Ivanka?
I'm looking at
it. I mean, why can I not remember?
Ivana Trump.
Ivana Trump.
She's a businesswoman.
So, she's the one who was like, don't get mad, get everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, Marla Maples stands up, like puts her hands out, is basically being like, like kisses to everyone. And then Tiffany, the next thing she says, it was like, this isn't a direct quote, but she was like, my mom was on Broadway, lots of gays. Or something like what? Where it was just like, oh my God.
The room itself
looks sad as fuck.
It looked like a scene from like Parks and Rec of them trying to do a fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very sad sight. I didn't see anything really prideful about the situation at hand. I thought it was like an SNL sketch, just seeing like
bump.
sniffany bump
And a bandage dress.
Wow. I mean, it was wild that even happened. That there was anything going on.
Oh, so gross. Did anything crazy happen to you this week? Because I could keep going about my day.
I tweeted out this morning, like, Twitter teach me something new.
Oh,
today.
good luck.
And I've learned a lot of things, which is funny because a lot of the things that people were saying seem so outrageous. I would immediately Google it to be like, this can't be true.
Yeah.
All true.
Oh, no.
Here's something interesting.
I love it.
Babies grow a mustache in the womb and then they eat them. Yep. So, according to a treehugger.com, the article is ways babies are really weird. The number one way is that babies grow mustaches in the womb. During the second trimester of pregnancy, all babies grow fine hair on their upper lip. And then in most cases, the hair falls out before the baby is born and is reabsorbed or eaten by the baby in the womb.
So wait, this baby is just licking its top lip like it ate a sloppy Joe?
Who knows? The hair all falls out somehow and gets back into the baby.
Reabsorbed?
Yeah, somehow.
Do you think Chip had like a full mustache?
I know. I mean, that's the thing. We got to get some baby pictures of Chip because I got to see if that mustache came out. And he was like, I'm not eating this one. This one's too good to eat.
He keeps threatening that he's going to just show up shaved. And I'm like, I'm nervous. You know how people like...
Have you ever seen a picture of him without a mustache?
Yeah, he's adorable. But
Okay.
still, it's just like so iconic to how he looks to me.
Right. And it's a lot of pressure on you to have a certain type of reaction to something so different.
Very true. But the fact that they're in the womb, okay, that's nasty.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Something else that I learned is that, well, I learned a lot of stuff this morning.
Oh my God.
That the humans have a brand new skeleton every 10 years. Our skeletons,
They regenerate so much?
Our skeletons grow to the full adult size in like our 20s, and then it completely regenerates or remodels itself every 10 years.
Okay, I like that because you and I have had a conversation about like how would we feel if humans molted?
Right.
And was like, uh-oh, grandpa's exoskeleton.
Sexy grandpa's exoskeleton. There it goes.
Grandpa decided he needed a fresh epidermis and just molted before his date with the woman who rear-ended him.
But yeah, so every year, 10% of your skeleton is new.
Okay, dope.
I don't know what to do with that information necessarily.
I like that. I mean, like, that's a slow rebuild. That's like slowly but surely getting the house in order.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know.
It's cool to know that, like, my body is doing its own thing.
Yeah.
Of, like, fixing itself up in there, tweaking around.
Is that why I'm tired all the time?
I'm
I'm always under construction.
That might be depression.
Oh, okay. Got it.
No, go ahead. Yeah. Those were the most standout ones. Thank you to everyone that submitted so many wonderful ideas about things.
Well, I learned something yesterday accidentally.
Ooh, okay.
When I was past Sunmaid, when I was driving home, I was like, I have a real knack at like stopping at the worst exit, and then like a mile later, it's
Seeing
like
a
a
better
gorgeous mecca. No, like this was like I stopped at a desolate like scene from Breaking Bad, and then 2 miles later, it was like the Tijon outlets, and it was like every chain you could think of, like from Gucci to Panera Bread, it was all there.
And a Panera Bread outlet. Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
The
so
bread
many bread bowls.
I
just leave there with one on each foot and fist. But no, I stopped and I was like, this is desolate as fuck, but I'm low on gas.
Yeah.
And then there was like a farm stand there. So I, it was like farm stand and antique. So of course I go to look just in case they got something they don't know how much it's worth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to, do them a favor, take it off their hands.
Right.
Let's see how many YouTube jackets are hanging up in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But so it was like the most random assortment of shit. There was like a VHS of Dunstan Checks In.
Sweet.
And like, and those big piggy banks and like Mexican culture. So I have the big cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So there was lots of random ass shit, but I was like, oh, Want some grapes? I got some grapes.
No. Yeah, I feel like you were the weirdo yesterday. That you're like, look at these crazy men that won't take my picture in front of this giant oversized grape thing. Look at this crazy lady. I'm just trying to get more grapes.
I guess my appetite had been whet. So I was like, oh, that's a big plumpy chunk. That's a good ass looking grapes. So, and they were in the fridge too, so they were cold, which is ideal. I want a cold, firm grape.
Yep.
But so I get that, but then they also have some other produce, and I'm like, oh, I'll make spaghetti squash tonight. Got spaghetti squash. I'll talk to you about my other purchase later. Ooh. But I got spaghetti squash, and then I like waited too long to eat, so I just like chopped it in half, put it face down, started roasting it.
Yeah.
When I got it out, I didn't realize. I guess it's a thing. I Googled it. If you have like a regular squash and it's like out in the sun too long or whatever, the seeds will sprout.
What?
They look like bean sprouts. So I finished roasting my spaghetti squash. It was in there like 45 minutes. I'm so excited. I've built a sauce. It's going to be great. Yeah. I flip it over. I think it's full of worms.
Oh my God. Wait. So
it was a full horror film. I like
so you
chopped
put it in
half.
and it looked normal when you put it in.
Well, no, like I didn't scoop out the seeds, which normally I would, but I was like, this is an extra step.
I scoop them out after it cooks.
Okay, yeah. So I was going to try that for once. I was like, getting a little crazy. Cut it in half, put it down, put some water in it, put the pan in, roasted it. When I pulled it back out, flipped it up, the insides were all like, I'm getting cold chills thinking about it. It was like, which makes sense. Like they're sprouts. That's what bean sprouts are.
Okay, so they're just doing what they're supposed to do.
Seeds that have sprouted.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting it, and I thought it was full of worms. It was a full horror movie moment. It's like in Beetlejuice when like all of a sudden they'll like do something gross to try to freak out a human.
Yeah.
Like it was that moment. I was like, like I threw it in the trash. And then I realized it wasn't worms.
Oh no.
And was like, oh, it's sprouts. But then you look it up. It's like Google whatever doctor. It's like some people will be like, yeah, don't eat that. Other people are like, eat it. I was like, I'm not going to eat something while constantly thinking, is this going to make me sick?
Oh yeah, if you have to every bite try to prove to yourself that this is okay to eat.
This is delicious still, kind of.
Just stick to grapes.
Oh, it was so
They're
gross.
safer.
Oh, speaking of grapes.
Well, I mean, I guess you were speaking of them, but you can go ahead.
Well, this is a fresh thought. When I was thinking about the squash looking like I had worms, I was thinking about when you would go do like haunted things. It's Halloween season.
Yeah.
And I remember there was like, we didn't have a haunted house in our town, but there was a karate dojo, and it was a haunted dojo. Just 1 year.
Yeah.
But the thing where they blindfold you and then they'd have you like put your hands in spaghetti.
Yeah.
Or put your hands in peeled grapes.
Yeah.
Like eyeballs.
Feels like eyeballs. Yeah.
Anyway, I hadn't thought about that in 20 years.
This is really a PR kick to remind people that grapes are great and they can be so many different things. If we had more time.
Sorry, I did not plan on this being a grape podcast after, the extravaganza last week.
No, this is important for people to realize the next time they see a grape that there's a little bit more to it than they think.
The third thing I bought from that farm stand was sexy novels.
Sexy novels? Are you going to read them?
They had antiques, produce, and fuck novels.
And fuck
2 boxes of fuck novels.
Wow.
3 for $1, Grace.
Yeah, how could you pass up that deal?
How could I do that?
You couldn't walk away
Even
from
if
that.
I just regift them.
Yeah, God, isn't it wild that writing a book
viable
is
business.
Hard to do.
Yes.
Pun intended, I guess.
Ooh.
But the amount of fuck novels that exist in the world.
It's insane.
People spend a lot of time on this.
It's insane.
I wonder how that industry is doing.
Well, I would like to get into it.
Okay.
I think I would.
The only thing that's stopping you is you.
That's very true. But I brought one back here to show you.
Yeah, let me see. What is it called?
Well, first of all, the last time it was sold, $2.25.
So you got a great deal.
So I got a great fucking deal.
Great. So, okay, so this cover, for those that are just listening, you can't really see it, but you can imagine what a fuck novel cover looks like. It's called
Man Trouble.
Second Chance at Love.
I think that's the series.
Wow.
Second Chance at Love is the name of the series by Elizabeth Henry.
How many
And the name of the
chances?
novel is Man Trouble.
Man Trouble. Singular man. There's one man and a woman on the cover. They're in a bed that's cut. What are the? Oh, those are blinds that are wisping in the wind in the background. Yeah, curtains.
Curtains are sexier than blinds.
Is that now? This is a drawing, right? On the cover.
This
is
a drawing.
photo?
This is a drawing, but Chip has a friend who poses for these.
Well, that's like the one of the kids from what's that show, Floribama Shore or whatever.
Yeah.
He like became a romance novel cover like model.
Oh, okay. Well,
I remember being like,
Chip's
so I guess
friend you've probably met before at a party. Very tall. He does it too. Like you can go find novels that he's like the painting in.
Wow.
Do you want to hear the plot?
Of course I do.
And then maybe just randomly
Of Man Trouble.
I literally opened it one page. She took Rick's hands from her breast, not sure whether to be relieved or irked by the interruption. Oh my God. Okay.
Wow, they get right to it.
She said there's a little boy watching. He slapped her butt possessively.
Ah!
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Wow.
Here's the plot of Man Trouble.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing like a book club or something. Maybe
I
like
mean,
read it on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcy is dreaming of disaster coming to her new health food restaurant when she's awakened by real trouble in a decidedly masculine shape climbing through her bedroom window.
Whoa.
Rick Davenport, a conceited specimen of narcissism, if ever Marcy saw one,
Rick
eyes her like an exotic French pastry awaiting his conception and makes himself at home. Marcy's outraged, but she can't ignore Rick's endearing quirks or the wanton urges he inspires. When sharp retorts fail to dent his ego or lentil soup to calm his libido, she's defenseless against his fatally arousing kisses. I'm sorry, is lentil soup a thing that calms libido?
I mean, I don't think it's gonna get anybody going anytime
Not
soon.
like a grape.
No. It was either feeding him grapes on a vine or a lentil soup. And she went with the lentil soup. Wow.
The least sexy of all soups.
I mean, there's so...
Join us next week when I talk for 45 minutes ranking soups by sexiness.
Guys, I mean, the winter is coming. And so you're gonna want to hear where we rank tomato soup.
Oh my God, this got weird.
Yep.